ever feel like you're just drowning in information? And finding those real gems, the stuff that actually matters, feels impossible sometimes.
Totally. It's overwhelming.
Well, that's what we're doing today. We're going to cut through all that noise. We're doing a deep dive into real estate lead generation.
Ah, big topic.
It is. And we're looking at how trust, good old-fashioned trust and AI, artificial intelligence, are seriously shaking things up in this field.
Right, the blend of the human and the tech.
Exactly. And our source material, it's gold, comes from a series of training sessions with Pierre Hopkins, a market center tech trainer who really knows his stuff.
Yeah, he does. So our mission today really is to pull out the most important stuff from Peter's insights, how to build a solid real estate business.
Solid and sustainable, right?
Exactly. Strategies that, like you said, cleverly mix that essential human touch with the latest tech. We want to give you a clear roadmap for something that, let's be honest, often feels super complicated.
Okay, so where did Peter start? What was like the absolute #1 thing he kept coming back to?
Lead generation. Full stop. He said it's the foundation. Everything else is built on it.
And he made a really clear distinction, didn't he, between marketing and lead generation itself?
He did. He basically said marketing is what brings people to the dance floor.
Yeah.
It attracts them. But lead generation is actually asking someone to dance, getting that specific interest.
Okay, asking them to dance. I like that. So why is making that distinction so, critical for actually succeeding?
Because, according to Peter, every single deal, every commission check, it starts with a conversation. Always.
A conversation. Okay.
And that conversation only happens if there's a connection first. And crucially, that connection doesn't just appear out of thin air. It needs a plan, a purposeful strategy behind it.
So it's not just random chats.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
For him, the actual number of conversations you have, that's a key metric. It's how you measure the health of your business, essentially. More conversations, more potential.
That really hits home when you hear about agents' real-world struggles. I mean, we heard from one agent, remember, she was having a hard time getting back in touch with past clients after taking a break.
Yeah, that loss of momentum.
Exactly. And another agent who just moved back and was like, how do I even start reconnecting? It all points back to meeting those conversations, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And that leads us right into something Peter called the triangle of trust.
Okay, triangle of trust sounds intriguing.
It's actually pretty straightforward, but really powerful. The best lead generation, he argues, comes through referrals.
Right. Referrals are always good.
But specifically, it's when someone the buyer or seller already trusts refers them to an agent that the referral source trusts. See the triangle?
Ah, okay. So the trust is pre-baked in a way.
Exactly. The source of that lead, where it came from, massively influences the client's initial trust in you. It's fascinating how much that origin story dictates the potential. You're not starting cold.
And this is where it got really interesting for me. Peter basically said, your sphere of influence, your SOI, your referral network, that's not just a way, it's the most effective way to get business. It's the core.
The absolute core.
And he was sharp on the difference between just leads. Someone clicks an ad and referrals where someone vouches for you.
A huge difference in quality and conversion potential.
Yeah. And he even said, get this, most agents, they don't really have a lead problem. They have a consistency problem or a systems problem. They're not consistently converting the leads they do get.
He is absolutely spot on. I mean, think about it. Trust is like a supercharger for conversion.
Right.
When that trust is already there because of the referral, you skip so much of the initial getting to know you, building rapport phase.
Yeah.
You're miles ahead.
So how is that trust actually built beyond the referral itself?
Well, it's through genuine communication, really knowing your stuff, market knowledge, process knowledge, and truly getting where the client is coming from, their perspective.
It's not just about the transaction.
Not at all. And while Peter acknowledged that, yes, lead generation tools, online ads, they have a role, the business that comes from those trusted personal referrals, that's still king.
Okay, but here's the million-dollar question then. How do we take this very human, trust-based thing and make it work with, the speed of everything today, technology, AI?
Right, and Peter tackled that head on.
Yeah.
He showed how AI can actually enhance lead gen, not replace the human bit. But, and this was key, using it responsibly.
Responsibly. What did that look like in practice?
He gave some really concrete examples.
Yeah.
Assignments even.
Oh, more? Okay.
Like, there's this day in the life of a real estate agent tool he demonstrated, built using ChatGPT.
What did that do?
It basically gives you a daily structure for lead generation, Reminders like talk to X new people today, follow up with Y leads, check in with past clients, create some content, do some training. He really encouraged everyone to install it and use it right away.
Wow, practical. What else?
Another task was using ChatGPT to write an honest bio about yourself. The goal wasn't just fluff. It was to help you zero in on who your ideal client really is, based on shared interests, values, that kind of thing.
So using AI for self-reflection almost.
Kind of, yeah. And then from that persona work, the assignment was to create 3 specific lead messages using ChatGPT tailored to that ideal client. And the crucial part, pick one, send it out immediately, and track what happens.
Taking immediate action.
Exactly. He also showed how ChatGPT can help build out automated follow-up sequences, which saves a ton of time and even help you refine and test those client personas using data points like age, life stage, where they live.
He demoed some other tools too, right? I remember something about property valuation.
He did. An AI property valuation tool that analyzes comps, comparable sales. He was pretty candid, though, said it still needs work.
Oh, how so?
Well, for instance, it struggled sometimes distinguishing between, say, waterfront and lakefront properties in the descriptions. Little nuances that make a big difference in value.
Ah, okay. So powerful, but not quite ready for prime time with clients yet.
Not quite client ready, yeah. He mentioned parsing inconsistencies. Basically, the AI sometimes gets tripped up on the wording. He also showed an MREA-style coaching tool.
Based on the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book?
Exactly. To help agents structure their business. And another one for managing tasks and getting daily lead prompts.
So with all this tech, all these tools, what's the big implication for agents just trying to keep up?
The big one, speed. Peter really drove this home.
Speed.
Yeah. AI systems can respond instantly, like 0 delay. So as an agent, you either have to be incredibly fast yourself, or you need systems like those automated follow-ups that allow you to respond just as quickly. Otherwise, you risk losing that lead.
Because attention spans are so short now.
Precisely. He also talked about personal rhythm, which I thought was interesting, your own energy levels. He encouraged people to figure out when they're most productive and align their lead gen activities with that. Work smarter, basically.
That makes sense. Don't try to force cold calls if you're drained at 4 p.m.
Exactly. Find your groove.
Okay, so building on that idea of structure and strategy, Peter laid out 4 main pillars for lead gen, right?
He did. 4 core pillars for a successful business. The first one was attraction.
Attraction, so pulling people in.
Yep. That's your branding, your content, like blog posts or videos, your reputation, online reviews, all that inbound marketing stuff. It's about building a strong personal brand and offering value so people naturally gravitate towards you.
Okay, pillar 1, attraction. What's next?
Pillar 2, capture. This is crucial, especially at live events like open houses.
Capture, meaning getting their details.
Exactly. Not just chatting, but actively collecting contact information. He talked about using MoFires.
MoFires, what's that stand for?
Make offers for immediate response.
Ah, so giving them a reason to give you their info right now, like sign up here for the list of coming soon property.
Precisely that kind of thing. Something valuable, actionable that prompts them to connect then and there.
And he pushed for getting more than just name and email, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. Physical addresses, if possible, and definitely social media profiles.
Yeah.
He's a big believer in using direct messages on social platforms.
Why DMs specifically?
He argued it's super cost-effective. You could reach people directly, often bypassing crowded email inboxes or ad noise. It's more personal.
Okay, so attraction, capture, what are the other 2 pillars?
Nurture and conversion. Nurture is all about staying in touch consistently, persistent follow-up, keeping your name top of mind so when they were ready, they think of you.
Not letting those captured leads go cold.
Exactly. And then conversion, that's turning the nurtured lead into an actual client, an appointment, a transaction. Again, he stressed speed here. In sales today, with so many distractions, you have to move quickly to keep interest high.
Which I guess raises the question, how do agents realistically maintain that consistency and speed without completely burning out? It sounds exhausting.
That's where the systems come in. That was a huge emphasis. You absolutely need systems.
Like CRM systems, customer relationship management.
Yes. We spent a good chunk of time on CRMs. They're vital for managing all those leads, tracking interactions, and handling the nurture part systematically.
So the tech supports the human effort.
Precisely. But Peter's advice was key. Don't just get a CRM. You need to choose one that actually fits how you work. And then you need to really learn it, master it, especially using those mass communication features effectively.
So it's not just a fancy address book.
Definitely not. It's about scaling your ability to maintain those relationships authentically. He also talked quite a bit about the battle for attention, how easy it is to get sidetracked, especially by social media, if you're not using it strategically as a marketing channel. Need clear offers, real value.
And it wasn't just theory, right? He gave people actual homework based on all this.
Oh yeah, very practical next steps.
Yeah.
Agent 1, her task was to build out her database in the command CRM name, phone, email address, social links for past clients. Get that foundation solid. Pauline, the agent who moved back, her homework was to craft a reintroduction message and start reaching out to her sphere in Port St. Lucie. Reconnect.
Makes sense.
And Agent 2 was tasked with testing that AI property evaluation tool once Peter emailed it out. And the whole group agreed to try out their ChatGPT-generated lead messages and report back. Real accountability.
Putting the AI straight to work. I like it.
Yeah. And Peter kept coming back to his fishing analogy for lead gen.
Ah, yes, the fishing analogy.
Success isn't just about casting a line. It depends on the bait you offer, like a home value report or access to off-market deals. It depends on timing. And above all, it depends on consistency. Keep fishing.
Did he share any examples of that working well?
He did. He mentioned Brenda and Chris, who ran a really successful coffee and donut event.
Simple but effective.
Very. The purpose was to educate potential buyers on how to deal with high interest rates. So valuable bait, a direct connection, and part of their consistent outreach. It worked.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. Looking back at this whole deep dive into Peter Hopkins' training, what are the biggest takeaways?
Well, first, trust is everything. It's the bedrock. Can't overstate that.
Right. The triangle of trust.
Second, AI is here, and it's powerful, but you have to use it strategically, responsibly, to enhance the human connection, not replace it.
Use it as a tool, not a crutch.
Exactly. And third, none of it works without consistency and solid systems. You need a plan, you need the tools like a good CRM, and you need to stick with it.
So at the end of the day, even with all the tech, real estate success still boils down to strategy, real conversations, and authentic connections.
That's what Peter made crystal clear. It's still a people business powered by smarter systems.
Now here's something to maybe chew on.
Okay.
Thinking about that triangle of trust, how vital it is, and
Yeah.
then thinking about how fast AI can spit out messages, follow-ups, interactions.
Yeah, the speed factor again.
How do we make sure those initial AI-assisted connections, those super fast follow-ups, are actually building trust? How do we keep them from feeling just transactional or robotic, especially when they happen so quickly?
That's a fantastic question. Ensuring quality and authenticity at scale and at speed. That's the challenge, isn't it? Rethinking the quality, not just the quantity of those early touches.
Definitely something to think about. So for everyone listening, what really stood out to you from today's deep dive? How might these ideas about trust, strategy, and tech apply in your world, whatever your business or interest might be?